never think, I never know. I'm stuck and left alone. I've been lost, I've been fine. My cause is not defined. Won't you kiss me? Won't you play? Won't you drown me? Ain't no way I could deny you. I could strive. Will you kiss me? Ain't no way.
What's going on? What is going on? How is everybody doing? Waiting for everybody to come in. Uh, what I'm saying? Took the last week off. What's going on? Salute to our brother Jay Sean and Vonda. What's going on? It's gonna be some pearls clutching, like Steve Vonda usually says. And Jay Sean is in the building, waiting for the rest of the fam to show up. But yeah, it's been a crazy week. Basically, been real crazy. Due to the fact of a lot of things has been going on in the news, um, especially on Black Twitter, especially on Black Twitter. Uh, but a lot of things have been going on in the news. We had another shooting. Um, another group of people have lost their lives and have been critically injured. This was in Boulder, Colorado. I do not know what's up with Colorado. I don't know what's up with Colorado. I remember when I was in school, they had the in high school, they had the Columbine High shooting. They had the shooting. I remember that. I think that was and then there was an elementary school also. When I was in school, then when I got older, they had another elementary school, the Sandy Hook thing. It's something I don't know what's going on in Colorado, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Joe Biden and the student loans. The University of Phoenix, people are actually getting full payouts. They're getting actually direct payouts after the settlement for profit schools. I don't know what they're going to do about the vocational schools like School of the Trade and stuff like that for you to get your licenses. But for profit schools, this actually affected a lot of military guys with their GI Bill before Obama switched over to the post 9/11. Because University of Phoenix, I did remember this. People would get their master's degrees on the base where I was stationed at in Japan. There was the University of Central Texas College, University of Maryland. Then you had University of Phoenix, and really with University of Phoenix, it was more of postgraduate stuff, master's degrees and doctorates and stuff like that. So a lot of people were using those. But so we're going to talk about that, student loan forgiveness and stuff like that. And plus, so we're going to get the elephant in the room about good old pandering Derrick Jaxn. So we're going to talk about that just a little bit. Well, we're going to talk about it, but we're just going to wait for the people to come in. Let a couple of more people come in. So I would just like to talk to the people in the chat. How y'all doing, family? We talk in the back chats, but we out here in the public now. How y'all doing, family? So welcome to your like our esteemed Char really likes to call it, Friday Junior or Friday's Eve. So how is your Friday's Eve going? You know, it is actually 10:30 in the morning for me on Friday. I'm having a wonderful cup of coffee here. So how are you wonderful people doing? And how is your Friday's Eve going? I know it's been a long week, you know, people being outside with it. You know what I'm saying? The spring is in the air. The cherry blossoms actually came early this year for us. So there's cherry blossoms all over the place. You know what I'm saying? They're blooming everywhere. I'm just waiting for my allergies to be attacked and things of that nature. But you know what I'm saying? How's everything going? How's your Friday's Eve? And how was your week so far? See, is it? They try to take our gun rights away. Yeah, Vaughn, you know it. You know it. Char, long weekend countdown. Yeah, hey, I know it. Hey, that show yesterday was fire. I caught the back end of it because I was running around and stuff. The show yesterday was fire. I gotta go on SoundCloud and catch the beginning of the show because Primo to go kick me in the head. but oh, go check that out most definitely. Vonda said it was an exact week. What's up? What's going on, family? What's going on, man? Hey, man, I gotta get you on one of these. When I, you know, what I'm saying, I gotta get you on one of these sessions, man. I'm gonna start doing the open panel once a month in the beginning of the month, man. We gotta link up and 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 chop it up. You know what I'm saying? It was the exact. I've been trying to have some entanglements. Hey, listen, I had this whole bit that I was gonna do. I had this whole bit that I was going to do, and I just didn't do it because I already did that. You know, the whole entanglement. Listen, we need to just stop calling this cheating and just call it entanglements, right? I just call it entanglements. He was entangled with his ego. That's what it was. It's an ego thing. It's entanglement with egos. You know what I'm saying? But I'll leave that for another day. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave that for another day. But I like the school. Listen, most women, and I'm gonna just say this. Okay, cool, man. You can come. Yeah, most definitely. You can also come over to the channel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Go over to the channel, man. I'm gonna do the session. It's an open panel format. We're gonna talk about some things and chop it up. Man, you know what? But you know who I have to blame for this? I do have someone to blame for this. And y'all gonna be like, who are you gonna blame, right? What I have to blame is the art of, he wouldn't have been able to do what he's able to do if men remembered the art of chivalry, right? Actually talking to women in such a way where, they, i- because the things that we hear on both ends of the spectrum, right? Um, Men ain't this, women ain't that, from both sides. And when you hear this negative connotation all day, it's like a drug, right? Drugs are to make you feel good. Drugs are there, like drugs were like people, like why are people addicted to a substance, right? And the substance is it makes you feel less of the pain. Like why do people get addicted to painkillers, right? Because they don't want to deal with the pain, right? And the everyday life of the pain is you walking around and the world is telling you you're not good enough, right? You're not good enough. That's why you have prosperity gospel preachers. They make a lot of money, right? And what he was a prosperity preacher, right? He was a prosperity preacher. Matter of fact, let's bring him up. Let's bring him up on screen. Let's bring it up on screen, right? And I'm gonna bring you the first prosperity preacher. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring him up, right? And y'all remember this man, right? Because if you look at my thumbnail, right? Y'all remember this man. If you remember my thumbnail, hold on. You know what I'm saying? If you remember my thumbnail, y'all remember this man. This lovely man right here, right? Because I remember him too. He started it off, Remember him? Remember this guy right here? Remember that guy? Remember that guy right there? Remember, I have sinned. Remember him? Old Jimmy Swaggart. Remember old Jimmy? I have sinned. Man, that was like, look at this. This is People Weekly, the tabloids. Remember, you didn't have a Tasha K. You didn't have someone up there doing a live interview spilling the tea, right? You didn't have that. What you had was and this was after he had to get on TBN and he had to take accountability. Now, Derrick Jaxn should have learned from good old Jimmy Swagger. He should have held that L. Matter of fact, he would have got actually more, you know what I'm saying? Testosterone. Hey man, he got swole, right? You know what I'm saying? He got that body right. He got them pockets right. You know what I'm saying? Look, hey, it's hard to walk out the house where you about to trip into some. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Gino? You know what I'm saying? But look at him. Look. Derrick Jaxn is having a Jimmy Swagger moment. We've seen this play out over and over again, right? We've seen it play out with Kobe Bryant. We've seen it play out with Jimmy Swagger. We've seen it play out with so many people. We've seen it play out with Jada Pinkett. You know what I'm saying? We've seen this play out. We thought Will and Jada had this perfect marriage, and kablowie. She's getting entanglements. Well, at least the woman wasn't 25 years old. He was like 50 something, right? At least they was within the same age bracket. But if you notice, his wife seems unbothered. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Seems unbothered. You know what I mean? So what that means is that what will happen next, right? With Derrick Jaxn. What will happen with him? We don't know. But if we look at Jimmy Swaggart, right? We look at him, right? Now this, I can't make it out, but I think this is 1988, right? Because it's old and it's pixelated, right? So it says, I have sinned against you, right? Look at this. I have sinned against you. The sex scandal and the religious vendetta behind the fall of Jimmy Swaggart. Look how they placed this, right? He pissed somebody off, like, you know what I'm saying, for you to find this out. But do you hold a man high in the cloth, right? Was Derrick a preacher? Well, yeah. He was a preacher to rebuild the confidence in women, right? We call it pandering. This pandering. Basically, he was yes ma'am, and he was ass kissing. He was doing the things. We've seen this a lot. He was enabling behavior on one side by pushing another group of people down into the muck. We see this a lot, right? Our last president, Savage 4-5, told those people, it's not your fault that you don't have jobs. It's the people that's coming over the wall that's working in the fields. It's those black folk over there. Oh, it's the Kung Flu virus. Yeah, it's their fault. It's their fault right there. It's not our fault. And then when he didn't get what he wanted, he basically said, well, it's not my fault. It's their fault. The people that's up there on the hill, you need to run up there and you need to tell them they need to keep me in office so I can keep my neck on your back. Pandering leads to the destruction of people because due to the fact of the matter is that when the mob finally realize what it is, they're going to turn on you. Now, there's some people that's going to defend you no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But the person that's most affected, and here's the crazy part, right? The person that's most affected is his wife and his children. And she got up there and she said she's with the blood of Jesus. So if she seems like she's unbothered, why are we so bothered? Because there are better things for us to be bothered about, right? Right? This man is on the cover of People magazine back in 1988. When you look in the news, the only thing that you see as of right now, right? The only thing that you see is right now, right? The only thing that you see is right now is this man and his wife up here. Let's look at him. Let's look at him. Let's look at her. I done seen all the memes. I done seen her move her bonnet, move a thing. And look, this was live. She's smiling. Look at this face. This woman is smiling right now. She is smiling. This was doing the live. This is a screen capture live. Look at his face. We got paid, y'all. We about to have all these endorsements like he Oprah Winfrey himself. Like, think about it. Things have been going on in the news. We hear about Meghan Markle and that. Then we hearing about Derrick Jaxn. But there are very important things that's going on in the news right now. It's going on in the news. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's going on in the news. Oh yeah, you know we getting into it. We gonna get into it. yeah. They look at that black love. They working it out. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be. Listen, I think Derrick Jaxn. Listen, he's talking about God and Jesus. Man, I'm telling you, he gonna be Pastor Derrick Jaxn, Reverend Derrick. He about to get that couples relationship Christian money. Because what's the first thing of Christianity, right? Forgiveness. Mm-hmm. Washed in the blood of the Lamb. Let's praise him, right? But are the Christians really feeling this? I don't know. But let's ask a Christian, right? Let's ask a Christian. I used to be Christian. I'm not a Christian no more. I think he by I don't know what that man's sexuality is, but hey, you know, if he would have came out by, he probably had the LGBT people taking care of him. You know what I'm saying? But he don't want that. Mm-mm. He don't want that. So, because remember the Jeffree Star dude, right? Remember the Jeffree Star dude took the black dude from his black wife with the kids, and then he with the white the guy that identified with the makeup, the Jeffree Star dude, and people were coming, and then bam, you know what I'm saying? They shut that down real quick. Protected dude, right? So here we go. Let me show you somebody. Let's show you somebody, right? Let me show you somebody. You know what I'm saying? Let's go and talk about it. Good old Kev on stage. Let Kev talk about it.
Guru Derrick Jaxn reacted to his own cheating confession video in third person. For real. Whatever it may be. So, when I looked in the comments of this video, I don't know if old boy was trolling or not, but he said, D, I think I want to see a reaction to this video. So, let's do it. And by the way, I'm going to speak in third person. A lot of you already seen this, but this is Derrick Jaxn. A lot of people think of him as a relationship expert and guru and all of that. Well, he and his wife are making this video because apparently at some point in their marriage, or maybe even beforehand in the relationship, he didn't take his own advice and he stepped out and he got involved with other women, as you heard them say. Now, upon first impression, nothing really stuck out to me about him, but more so about the wife. Like, I heard her say that she stands with her husband, she's proud to love him. I heard her say that, you know, this is some time ago, they've already processed this, overcame this, dealt with this a long time ago, and nothing's really new to her. But just by her body language, I was really wondering, like, did he force her to do this video? Like, she looks super uncomfortable, like she doesn't want to be there. But then I watched their live chat that they did right afterwards, and, you know, I kind of caught that this is just a part of her personality, so that kind of explains somewhat of her demeanor. You know, she clearly has a mind of her own, if you saw the live chat too, and she said that the live chat even was her idea. So with that, cool. She wants to stand by her husband. She feels like he's worth it. She has that right. Now, as far as what he said, I understand and I completely applaud him taking accountability, because too many times we see dudes and they got this sob story about how they was raised and, you know, they broke at home and the goldfish died and they never seen a marriage and all. He didn't do that. He just took accountability. Regardless, whether you like him, love him, or hate him, I think this is a great example as to why we don't need to be putting anybody on the pedestal. Nobody. And I think a lot of women did that. And I'm not even going to say it's the women's fault by themselves, because this dude, he never really showed his struggle. You know, we understand, oh, we're all humans and we all make mistakes, but he never showed those mistakes, not for real. I think he wrote about it or something like that, but he never showed that side. So it's not really all on the women, but I've seen a lot of women put this dude on the pedestal to the point of idealizing him and even comparing their man to him. So this is like cheatception. He's basically admitting to the cheating in the video and then explaining himself by himself, talking about himself as if he's not himself. He's separated himself from the action, and he's bigging himself up.
Now listen. Now listen. Now look. Hold on. Let me bring myself in here. Right. Hold on. Let's read what Ruby got to say. His genius way to absolve himself of accountability in third person while still accepting all the accountability, no excuses, is in first person. Listen, I'm gonna say this, right? Ruby, she knows we say this a lot. People are stupid and predictable, right? Now, the reason why I'm bringing myself in here, because I got to stop it. He said cheatingception. Now, this is Kev on stage, okay? Now, Kev on stage is a Christian comedian. So he doesn't curse. He's a Christian and he's a comedian, right? So I had to bring in the Christian comedian because we all know what we got to say. So since he's a Christian, we're going to have the Christian comedian hold him accountable in the Christian way. Right? Well, let's give a shout out for Kev on stage. Go to his YouTube channel. Check him out. Kev, I ain't trying to steal your shit, but I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Don't strike me down or whatever. I think he's still in the chitlin circuit, so I don't think they're going to take my channel down. He ain't that famous yet. But Kev, let Kev keep talking. Let's let Kev keep talking.
He gave his own self proud. I love the way that guy took accountability. Most guys wouldn't take accountability, but not Derrick Jaxn. Derrick Jaxn, if he's nothing else, he's accountable. And honestly, I know you're thinking, I am a clown. Genius.
All right, Kev, you almost got me a copyright strike, Kev. God damn it.
This is genius. He gets to say whatever everybody else is thinking, defend that, and act like it's not him and his own wife in the video. I mean, what else could he do? The credibility is gone. The jig is up, as they say. But he went right back into that car and said, the jig is what? Up. I'll show you. I'm going to big that guy up.
Listen, you know Kev is in church and he used to preaching because he's spitting in the camera. He trying to hold it in. Look. He know he want to cuss, but he can't because he's a Christian.
And if you think he's not selling products still, you're wrong. I know some people will see this type of video, even though he's come forward and he's been completely honest. Some people are just going to close the book on D. Some people are going to close the book on this dude and say, you know what?
Wait a minute. Is he using the wife car, not his car? Because I noticed I see that baby chair behind it, right? I've watched a few Derrick Jaxn videos from people that are reacting. I've never really seen that baby chair behind him. I've never really seen the baby chair behind him. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, let me come in here. Yo, for the ladies that may have watched some of his videos, you know what I'm saying? Have y'all ever seen him in this car with the baby chair behind him? We're gonna include right here, right? I think this is the wife car, right? Did he put the baby chair behind him to do the reaction video that he's a family man now? Look at the product marketing right here. He's going to hold himself accountable. Yeah, I'm just asking for the people in the chat. I don't watch Dude No Cap. Yeah, I see that. I'm just saying. I just want to know, is it me? You know, because sometimes when you see things with multiple eyes, we need to clue this in. Do y'all see the baby chair right here? Do y'all see it? I see it. Do y'all see what I see when I'm seeing it? Do y'all see what I see when I'm seeing it? I know Ruby going off. Hold on. What did I say? I knew it was about to be so. Have the Christians bring up. Ruby, you know me. You know me. Look. Hold on. This the broke chickens. Women love daddies. Okay. But look. I'm looking at it right here. And I'm saying, like, let us continue, right? And I'm gonna have to go in here with the fine tooth comb. I gotta be real petty today. I'm sorry. I gotta be petty. And I'm not going at the women, and I'm not going at the men. What I'm going at is human nature, right? And we as humans, because when things are getting rough and they're getting bad and we get tired of the pain, we want to be picked up. And this is just the thing. You know what I mean? We don't want the real world. We don't want the truth because, we want that spoonful of sugar for the medicine to go down. We really do. Right. But let's get back to Derrick Jaxn. I just wanted to point this out, and then we're going to rewind it and point out something else. Okay. Because he did take this reaction to himself down. It might just be the angle. Ruby, that's a baby chair. That's a baby. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's a good one too. That's an expensive baby chair. I think that thing got airbags. I think that thing got airbags. Hold on, let's get back to it. Let him hang himself some more.
Done with you, cancel culture, come here. I'm more so on the side of his wife and just basically letting this be a new chapter of how I see him, because I do believe that his content over the years has helped a tremendous amount of people. He tells the truth, he speaks facts, and quite honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all, I've needed several new chapters in my own life, Lord knows, and I'm not ashamed to say it, but I'm no guru. Those are just my thoughts. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. And by the way, he has a book detailing how he and his wife overcame all of this in their private lives a long time ago, matter of fact. It's called Heal Together Without Hurting Each Other. So
did this all right. I want a pension. I'm selling out. Char, we gonna get Char this pension. Y'all need to stop playing with the producer. We gonna give her this pension, right? Now look, check this out. He just dropped. See, what y'all don't understand is all this is a setup. Now, y'all need to go listen to Ruby because she broke this down on the radio station yesterday on CRBJ. Me keeping the beat. She broke this down, right? She said this, right? I was over there, man. I was high-fiving myself because, Ruby wasn't around, right? But, man, you know what I'm saying? But question, is it better to respond and stay silent? No, you got to talk about it. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You got to, you know what I'm saying? He saw Will and Jada do the red pill table talk, and he went up there with his wife, and she ain't say nothing, right? And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I think the wife was in on it. I think she was in the room when it was going down. I think they was doing some Tiny and some T.I. stuff. They just didn't want to take accountability because she a Christian. The blood of the Lamb. Why is she up there with doing a Bible verse and having a mini testimonial and a prayer service on Instagram? Something going on. I don't know. Are we dragging Gary? Oh, Nick, you know we gonna get into it. Oh, yes, we is, Nick. Oh, yes. Let's go get him next. Yes. We go get him. We go get him, Nick. Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. We gonna get him. Classic Ruby. What did she say? Check that saying if you're gonna be on his wife's side, you should agree with her to forgive and start a new chapter. Yeah, and buy his book. And buy his book. Oh my God. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And for our producer, yes, keep the beat segments featuring Classic Ruby every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Central, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's on CRBJ, and replays are on Mixcloud. So just go, hit that link and act sharp. You know what I'm saying? It was that I grabbed my popcorn. We've been calling Derrick Jaxn out for his marketing. This again, I went to college with dude. He's always looking to create a flip market situation. Yes, and you know who else does this? And my viewership is about to go down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kevin Samuels. He does the same shit. He just does it on the flip side. There's no difference between Derrick Jaxn and Kevin Samuels. It's the same side. It's the two sides of the same coin. Anybody that says they're a relationship guru, the difference between Derrick Jaxn and Kevin Samuels is that Derrick Jaxn is still married. That's the difference. There's the difference. Same thing, right? He's married. He got caught cheating not once, not twice. His wife's still with him. The chick came out. He's making money off of it. Kevin Samuels is talking about how women are going to die broken alone. And Kevin Samuels did say high value men cheat. What's the new? We see high value men catch cheating all the time. Matter of fact, the president of the United States was running around grabbing bras by the pussy. He's been married like 3-4 times. So what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. What I'm basically saying is, if people are lost of what I'm saying is that anybody that's sitting up here talking about relationships and guru work and stuff like that, or if they're talking about anything that has to deal with human nature to that point, right? Like Jordan Peterson. Let's give a perfect example. Jordan Peterson talks about certain things with patriarchal and feminism and blah 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 blah. And every red pill dude, they quote this guy as the guru of such. But then here's the fact of the matter is that Jordan Peterson's married. He has a daughter. I think he has a son too, right? And Jordan Peterson had a problem, right? Jordan Peterson had an alcohol problem, right? Now, could he speak on it? Yes, but he had to go sit down. And then when Jordan Peterson came back, his verbiage and his message changed because they had to sit him down, because they had to have an intervention with him, even though he was famous. And this is the problem, right? And I know brother's been calling the dude out. I used to listen to the dude and I already know what he was doing. He was pandering for pussy. That's what he was doing. We know what he was doing, right? Right? You speak to your audience that's paying you, right? Are there more women than men? Yes. Kevin's and his message is different. The difference is he's not doing what he's doing directly, but he's just doing it on the other side. And it's all about the approach, right? He can sit up there and pander for women because he looks like that, but everybody keeps forgetting that Derrick Jaxn used to do what Kevin did before that. So that's how it works. And he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar multiple times. But here's the funny part. His wife is still there. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah. It's all about it. But let's hear Kevin. Let's hear Kevin on stage, right? It's crazy, right? Got Derrick Jaxn getting called up by Kevin. and Kevin on stage, right? You know what I'm saying? And this is where it comes to being balanced. You have to be balanced. You know what I'm saying? You have to be balanced if you're a content creator. And I'm speaking to the fellow content creators out there. If you're sitting in an echo chamber of people that are only telling you what you want to hear, and you don't have no one in your corner to pull your coattail and say, bro, you can't be acting like this because there will be a day of reckoning. This is his day of reckoning. He thought that he could just go because he was Derrick Jaxn, that he wouldn't be held accountable. And he's up here showing you who he really is. The nigga that he was talking about all the time, that men ain't shit, and women and this, that, and the other, it was him. He was that nigga. He was blasting everybody with the same drum. So what does that tell you? How was he able to walk around and cover himself like that? It's all about the delivery. Matter of fact, all of these so-called game niggas that are in these spaces that talking about this is how you spit game to the women. Nah, nigga, you need to learn from Derrick Jaxn. Because he just showed you what game is really about. And it didn't matter what he was saying. Actually, it's all about the delivery and how he's looking. Remember, he doesn't got a whole studio with multiple cameras. This nigga was sitting in his car, running his mouth. Now he's still sitting in his car again. You know what I'm saying? So let us continue. Let us continue. Let us continue. This is really low brow for me when I be talking about stuff, but I'm pointing something out. We gonna get there. I know, you know what I'm saying, but I like to entertain you first. Okay, got to bring you in, got to entertain you, got to treat it like Sesame Street. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's continue.
You want to let God in to totally restore it better than new, click the link down in the bio or up in the bio in the caption. I got a 50% off deal for you guys who are watching this video. Click the link down in the bio or up in the bio in the caption. I got a 50% off deal for you guys who are watching this video right now. Man, listen, it's complete audacity. Only a creative genius narcissist. I don't even know. Only a person who is going to make them videos is going to figure out, look, I got to flip the whole thing on its head. And I'm going to big him up. Bruh, I am flabbergasted. I really am like, nah, you lying. He is dead serious. He was like, y'all going to leave me? I wouldn't leave. I mean, not me. Y'all going to leave Derrick? Me? No. Not me. This, not Derrick. Jarek Maxon, Jarek Maxon, I'm going to give Derrick Jaxn another shot. And if you would too, please don't leave him. Us, we don't, stay, don't. I'm so confused.
So with that being said, so that being said, right? So that being said, with Derrick Jaxn, now you're probably asking me, wow, because everybody knows about this. Everybody's tired, and I'm glad Neek said it, right? He's like, I don't care simply is interested though, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's see what Neek. Honestly, yes, you are. It has no chill today. I got time, son. It is interesting, right? And I see everybody. I see the men over there. We're like, yes, we told y'all. We told y'all, right? And then there's women. There's women that said, I told you, girl. You was up there. Look at Derrick Jaxn. Derrick Jaxn said this. And right, I told you that nigga was shit, girl. And then you like, you right. And then, you know what I'm saying? And there's people on both sides windmilling. And then, you know, you got your niggas left there. See, I ain't like, see, I want to cheat, but you wanted me to be like this nigga over here. Look, check this out. How was this possible? See, we look at the symptoms, but we don't attack them. We don't attack the issue or the problem. How was this possible? How was he able to sit up there with the audacity and do what he did? It's no different than any other man of power or of the cloth, because people have a short attention span. I get this 1 week and everybody gonna forget about it. I get this 1 week. We kiki, we la la, we hee hee, we laugh, we joke, right? Right. Right. We kiki, we la la, we hee hee, we laugh and joke. You know what I'm saying? We laugh, we joke, we do all that. You know what I'm saying? And we think it's funny, but it actually really is sad, because our leadership holds no integrity, right? Our leadership holds no integrity. And I'm going to show you how our leadership holds no integrity, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you how leadership holds no integrity. Y'all tell me who this is. Who is this woman? Who is this woman right here? Y'all know who this woman is? Lauren Boebert. You know what I'm saying? That's who this woman is. That's who this woman is. And she was running around insurrectionists in the Capitol. Did we forget about how they ran up on the Capitol on January 6th? For my fellow conservative Republican black folk out there. Right? She's a gun toting. Can a black man walk around in public with a gun strapped to their leg like that? That gun look, listen, matter of fact, I think this gun look bigger than her leg. Look at Becky. Look at Becky. Look at Super Karen. This is Super Karen right here. Look at the gun. The gun look bigger. The gun is wider than her thigh. Look at that. Listen, if you ever shot a firearm, right? And I'm not saying that she couldn't shoot this firearm, but she got to put all her back into it to keep her from getting put on her ass. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Look at that. Now y'all probably asking me, oh man, don't be picking on her. But look at her. Look at she in a log cabin. But look at that. Exactly. Nope, not in Illinois, right? Not in Illinois, right? She got a strap, open carry, in a holster. Wild Wild West, Super Karen. Look at Super Karen right here. QAnon conspiracy theorists got her elected, her and her older auntie, right? With the ARs in the back, right? So we gonna do that. I'm gonna stop the screen. We're gonna come back to her, right? Because we're gonna talk about telling people what they like to hear, right? Because I'm not just gonna sit up here and roast the black person the whole time, right? Because we done had enough of that. We black people, we actually have this higher moral code. When we step out of pocket and step out of line, we don't forget, we roast. We roast so bad that you got to run over to the other side of the carpet, right? We roast each other to the point of ridiculousness, right? But one thing we don't do is we don't go mass murdering and shooting up shit. That's the one thing. Well, we had that one dude that was doing a DC sniper. That was one. It was one. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. Yeah, we all knew it was over, right? When they said it was a caprice, we knew he was black then, right? All right. So anyway, we gonna get into it, right? So the first thing we're going to talk about is we was talking about Derrick Jaxn, how he got caught cheating. Well, we're going to talk about something else. We're going to talk about how this man caught his wife cheating. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. I know y'all was like waiting to hear it. Y'all was waiting to hear it, right? So we gonna talk about it. So here we go, right? Because we like to bring levity. You know what I mean? See, I just don't do it one side, right? Okay. So a police detective filed for divorce from his wife after she was photographed with another man at the Capitol riot. A police detective filed for divorce from his wife after she took part in the January Capitol riot. The FBI said Jennifer Henley was inside the Capitol Rotunda and was photographed with another man. Michael Henley is not a part of the investigation, and his chief said and asked his wife not to go. A police detective filed for divorce. His wife was photographed with another man during the riot. The wife of Detective Henley, a Pennsylvania Shaolin Township Police Department and part of the FBI Pittsburgh office Violent Crimes Task Force, is accused of taking part in a January 6th insurrection. He's a part of the FBI Violent Crimes Task Force, and his wife went. Okay, Jennifer Henley was charged with several crimes after the riot, including disorderly, disruptive conduct, restricting building on grounds, and violent entry and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds, court documents show. The FBI said in court documents filed that if identified Henley through her association with a man identified as Kenneth Grayson and a shared photo of two together, that it was obtained from Grayson's iPad. Look at that! Look at that plastic face Karen right there. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, y'all. My petty meter is on 100. I have recharged it from last week. I'm sorry. Please bear with me. So Michael Henley filed for divorce in February. Records filed at the Allegheny County Court of Common Pleas show, according to Pittsburgh Post. He is not part of the investigation. Sean Frank, the chief Chandler Township. Now, here's the thing, right? If he's married to her, they can't force him to testify against her. So he's going to get a clean divorce. He's going to get a clean one. He's going to get everything. She ain't get nothing because she's going to jail. She's going straight to jail. Asked his wife not to go to the pro-Trump rally that precedes the insurrection. A FBI spokeswoman told the Post-Gazette that her office had no comment on Jennifer Henley. The FBI said Jennifer Henley was seen on restricted Capitol grounds inside the Capitol Rotunda while wearing a long-sleeve jersey bearing Trump 20 on the back. It reviewed security footage and the police body cam footage, court documents show. The FBI said it also looked at the Facebook Messenger exchanges between Henley and Grayson, and they discussed their plans to travel to Washington, D.C., including renting a vehicle and a hotel. Becky. Oh, my God, Becky. Come on now, Becky. Right? But the FBI said that its evidence showed that there is a problem. There's probable cause to believe that Henley was presented inside the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2020, during the riot and related offenses that occurred at the U.S. Capitol building. She said she had traveled to Washington on January 5th and returned the next day, court documents said. She said that she and Grayson then fell out of touch, that she had traveled to the rally alone and stayed in separate hotel from Grayson, but that she saw Grayson at the rally, a pro-Trump mob breach. So, what do y'all think about that? Let's look at the comments. Let's look at the comments. Let's stop the screen share for a second. Let's look at the comments. If you hold on, if you haven't shown already, please like and share the show. Oh yes, you know what? I'm not looking at it directly, but hold on, right? If cheating is stepping out while you're separated, cheating, and so who cares? No, man, this is entanglement. Listen, we're not going to call it cheating no more. Okay. We're going to call it an entanglement. This woman was in an entanglement. She was in an entanglement. Busting it open at the riot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? No news running 24 hours for about this at all. It is. It's just that we're caught up on Derrick Jaxn. That's why I'm talking about it. Now you see where I'm going with this, right? Now you see where I'm going with this, right? Now you see what I'm going with it? All right. You know what I'm saying? Now you with me, you know what I'm saying? Cause right now, black folk, you know what I'm saying? We Derrick Jaxn is all over the airwaves, right? But we're not talking about this, right? She was at the Capitol riots, right? Right? So you had one that let these people in, was rotating them around. And she probably wasn't the only one, but since she wants to be the face, because remember, the Represent Bobert from Colorado, after the Capitol riots happened, she decided that she wanted to bring her gun-toting self, she wanted to bring her firearm into Congress. Remember that? Remember that? They're going to take our guns away, right? Now, we done had all these mass shootings. Now, come on now. She's about 3 surgeries away from being a plastic Barbie. Why didn't this cop think he could afford her for a lifetime? Though? Well, he's an FBI agent, right? The guy in question that she hooked up with, he don't look like he make a lot of money. Is an FBI agent, violent crimes unit. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that a high value man? What? And he sounded like he was pretty high up there for the field office for that area. So he said like he was in his police and the chief of police. So he was a high value guy doing his thing. He asked his wife not to go. And she had time to make plans with another dude and go to the Capitol riots, and they fell out of touch and they met up. Come on now. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the viewership just went down, but hit the like button as you enter. Hold on. Turner. Let's bring it up. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button as you enter. Turner. Let's run it one more time. Turner. Thank you for the likes. Turner. You know what I'm saying? YouTube deleted my comment. Basically, I said for sure she cheated all. Oh yeah, we know. So broke genius, 200K. That's double six figure. 200K with FBI privileges. Lord have mercy. She was getting discounts. Got a rent-a-car, hotel room. You know, she wasn't staying in no Motel 6. Wasn't no Bonnie and Clyde action. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Listen. But why do I bring this up? Oh yeah, it's getting deep. I gotta make up for last week. And it depends, but he was in Pittsburgh, right? He was in Pennsylvania. So let's just say when they move you in the government, I'm gonna just say it like this, right? In the government, civilian contractors, or civilian workers, or government employees, FBI government employees, they get benefits such as housing allowance and things of that nature. So if he's making that money, then the benefits on top of that, you talk about medical and all this other stuff. If you FBI New York, you have to live in a cheap condo. Cheap condo. Say it with me, cheap condo, not the projects. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure, like, you know, they in Pittsburgh, they in Pennsylvania. Like, come on now. And they was in a township. Township. You know what that means? They was on the outside. The field office was on the outside. So they doing big crimes. But now I'm going, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to bring this up, right? So you're probably asking me, wow, man, really? Wow. Yeah, if we're going to talk about cheating, right? What Derrick Jaxn did was horrendous. But Derrick Jaxn or his wife did not run up on the Capitol, get a hotel room, and start sedition and insurrection of the nation on Congress voting on a certified election. You see how they like to make us the face of foolishness? Yeah, Jada and Will had their entanglements or whatever they had going on. But remember, there was a pandemic going on at the time when that happened, right? It's to move what you're thinking about. It's to move what is important out of the way, because guess what happened? Because when this Derrick Jaxn thing was going down, something else happened. Something else happened, right? This also happened this week, right? And we're gonna move on. We're gonna move to something else, and we're gonna come back to it. We're gonna come back to it, right? Something else happened this week, because we like to bring you things in its totality, right? For all of you that went to college, all of you potential high value men, right, that are doing the right thing, that are going out there being focused, and all of you high value women out there, because women are high value, men are high value. If you are a black person walking around breathing right now in society, making your ends meet, surviving this pandemic, and you have made it to breathe another day, you, sir, you, ma'am, are high value. Give yourself a round of applause and a clap. But I'm here to give you some news that may help you out, that while I'm taking your face away from the Derrick Jaxn scandal, or whatever the fuck we call it, or whatever the fuck it is, right? That other news outlet and mainstream media are running with now, right? Let me show you what they're not telling you, that the other part, the other dominant society is finding out. Biden just canceled $1 billion in student loan debt. Are you eligible? Remember, he said he was going to do it. People said he didn't do it, and he didn't, but he just canceled it. Now, let's read about it, because, you know, headlines sometimes tell you some things. You're thinking you know what's going on, but sometimes you got to dig deep and read this, right? The Biden administration will wipe away around $1 billion in student loan debt for borrowers who said they got ripped off by their schools. Officials say the move helps around 72,000 Americans whose complaints may have resulted in only a partial relief from the previous administration. Borrowers deserve a simplified and fair path to relief when they have been harmed by the institution's misconduct. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona, Miguel Cardona. Now, you're probably asking me why I keep saying this. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona. Got to roll those R's, right? I hope I'm doing it right. There's a reason why I keep saying this. Who was the educational secretary in the last administration? Betsy DuVos. Right? Miguel Cardona. Right? Says in the news release, a close review of these claims and the associated evidence show these borrowers have been harmed, and we will grant them a fresh start from their debt. Who's eligible for forgiveness? Now, this is very important, right? You qualify for relief if you filed a claim against your school. Your claim was approved, but you received less than the complete loan cancellation. You may also be eligible for reimbursement of the money you've already repaid on your student loans. In addition, you can request that credit bureaus remove any negative remarks related to your student loan debt. If you stop making your payments, you probably did serious harm to your credit score. You haven't seen your credit score in a while. Today is very easy to take a look at your credit score for free. Now check this out. Explain this to you. So for you to qualify, you had to been already in the process of fighting this. How many of us that took out student loans? I've never taken out a student loan. I went to the military and I got a post 9/11. I got a GI Bill and I trusted it over to the post 9/11 GI Bill. So I never had that problem. But for those of you that went to school, didn't go in the military, and applied for student loans, a lot of us had to do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us have to do that. How many of you knew that you were getting ripped off with because it's not the loan of the money, it's the interest that kills you. And if you get financial aid through the school, it was pretty much, it was a wrap. So now you automatically get that forgiveness. So can you go back? Is it retroactive? Let us read on, because I think this is very important, because I don't think it's right? Because if you think about it, why do you think the word six figures keep coming out? Because if you have to make six figures for you to be a mid to high 5-figure dude or woman. You know why? Because you got to pay back that student loan debt with that increased interest rate. That's ridiculous. Why do I know that? Well, I'm going to tell you how do I know it. My cousin came over to visit me 4 times. He works at Amazon. He brought 2 of his friends with him 2 of the 4 times. When he came over, his friends finished school. They have degrees, but they're still paying back student loans debt. They make more than him, medium to high 6 figures by themselves. But guess what? He makes more than them because they have to pay back the student loan debt. And he just got a raise. He just went through the whole thing in Amazon. So he's going to management school and they're paying for his college. You see the difference with that? You see how student loan debt has crushed the middle class? Crushed it. You going to college should not be a pre-house loan. Why are you putting a debt that can balloon to $150,000 to $200,000 on a 22-year-old? Especially in this climate where they're competing against jobs against 35 and 36-year-olds or 28-year-olds. They got to go back to school to keep their jobs. They got to get master's degrees. That's more student loan debt on top of that. That's messing with your credit and it's just messing with you all together. That's putting you in a spiral of debt because if you don't pay it, it's messing with your credit. It's saying it right here. If you don't continue to pay something on it, but what if you ain't got nothing to put on it because you ain't got no job? You get what I'm saying? Are y'all understanding where we going with this? Is this important? I think this is important. I think this is really important. Charger is saying, hey, just DeAndre, you're saying the student loans are the hidden tax. Exactly. 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 This is the hidden tax. This is on our ass. You know what I'm saying? We can get in this back and forth synopsis. This is just this is ridiculous. This whole back and forth gender thing, man, look, we the most educated, we the most this. Okay, if you're the most educated and we coming from the same spot, right? It's a trick bag. There's a reason why the system is the system. Capitalism is designed to keep you crushed down, straight up and down. Every system has its flaws, but this is diabolical in the making. Are they righting the wrongs or whatever? I don't give a hell if it was a Republican, a Democrat, a progressive, a libertarian. We got to fix this shit. This is fucking ridiculous. But it only when it affects the dominant society is it a fucking problem. Let's get back into it. Let's just go through this, right? Because I don't want to lose your attention. All right. So in addition, you can request the credit bureaus to remove any negative marks, right? If you haven't seen your credit score in a while, I think you should be checking your credit score, right? But you got to watch if you check it too much because it could bring down your credit rating. Okay. The law provides for borrower defense debt collection. Okay. Now, here's another thing that people don't know about these debt collectors that call your house and try to get you on the horn, right? Deal with the financial institution directly. Do not deal with debt collectors. Okay? Don't do it because they're there to make money. They buy your debt and they're there to collect. And that's how they make a profit, but it goes against your credit. It's better that you deal with the person that deal with the institution that you originally dealt with. Okay? All right. Provisions in the federal law allow borrowers with federal student loans to ask that the debt be forgiven if their school did anything deceptive or illegal or abruptly went out of business. You have to demonstrate that your college violated state law involving your loan or the educational services the school provide. Now, you notice how it says the state law, right? States' rights. So you have to check your individual states. So this is not a catch-all for everything. Remember, there's federal, but then there's state laws and there's states' rights, right? And this is probably for profit schools and stuff like that, or state schools, right? Because state schools are funded by the state, right? So if you got Michigan versus Michigan State, yes, Michigan is a university in Michigan, but Michigan State is a state-funded school. So is Michigan, but Michigan State is more of a state-funded school. They have to acquire. That's why you don't hear much about Michigan State as much as you hear about Michigan, because Michigan can do a lot more when it comes to getting money and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? It's Alabama State, Georgia State, Georgia, Florida State, Florida, University of Miami, North Carolina State, Duke University. Why am I saying that? Right? State colleges have lower tuition. Why? Because state colleges are state and more federally funded, but they are under more scrutiny and they have to follow the guidelines more. That's why it's cheaper for you to go to a state college versus than a other university or a private school like Notre Dame, Yale, Princeton, and Harvard or whatever. You get what I'm saying? And Vanderbilt and stuff like that. Do you understand? All right. The students who brought these borrowed defense claims routinely got the cold shoulder from the Trump administration Educational Secretary Betsy DeVos, who tightened the rules on student loan cancellation she described as free money. To all my black conservatives out there, this one's for you. Don't worry, I'm gonna get on the Democrats too. Because this wasn't handled during the Obama administration. That it wasn't enforced during the Obama administration, right? Because what's good of bringing about a policy when it's not enforced? So I'm not gonna let them slide neither. So don't worry, we're equal opportunity, heavy-handed over here when we come with the accountability and the dereliction correction stick. Right? But I'm gonna read that for you again. Students who brought these borrowed defense claims routinely got the cold shoulder from Trump administration Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, who tightened the rules on student loan cancellations she described as free money and said was costly to taxpayers. Well, her boss used to run a university. It was called Trump U. So this was not in his best interest. He needed to cover his ass so he can get the hell up out of there. Let's continue, right? But the Department of Education under Joe Biden now says it will ensure that borrowers will improve claims will have a streamlined path to receiving full loan discharges. If you're eligible, you will receive a notice over the next several weeks, followed by the forgiveness of your loans. This move by the administration is not to be confused with the very broad student loan forgiveness that's being talked about in Washington. Biden has indicated he's willing to cancel $10,000 in federal student loan for every borrower, but many Congress Democrats are urging him to go up to $50,000. Now, why are they doing this? Well, the thing is, I'm going to give you a stimulus check. The stimulus check is going to go to bills. The bills, you're going to pay your bills. You're going to pay in the infrastructure, lights, water, gas, rent, whatever, right? But then you're going to have to pay that student loan. Okay, but that's not going to build the economy, right? Because you're going to hoard the rest of the money. We need you to go out there and buy frivolous things. This what drives the economy. Right? But the fact is that people still are not out there spending like they want them to spend and get back into some normalcy. That's why they're opening everything up. We got to forgive the student loan. We got to get these young people from out here protesting and being angry. We got to give you some forgiveness. We are the benevolent government. Here are a few ways to save money elsewhere so you can get a better handle on your student loan burden. Because what they're basically saying is you got to continue paying on it. That's the trick to this. You got to continue paying on your student loans. Then you can fight it back. But then you got to find out, did they do anything wrong? And yes, they did something wrong. If you are a minority, you're supposed to get certain benefits and certain things like that. It's already there. So if they didn't account for you being a minority, but charged you the price of the dominant society where they're getting X, Y, and Z, but now you have to prove it, right? So you have to go do some research. You got to get with some people. You got to talk to some people. We have to network. See, that's the thing, right? We have to network. We have to get out there and get that information. Networking means not just within our own bubble, but across the aisle. Because guess what? The dominant society is already putting this stuff into work because they're the ones that are going to benefit the most. But we were the ones that were being attacked. And once the company saw that they can attack us, then they can work this over on the dominant society too. You see what the trick bag works. So you're going to have to reach over to the dominant society, get that information, and get taken in this foolishness sometimes out your mind. So let's go over some things that will help you financially so we can all be high value people. Okay? So find cheaper car insurance. Many of us who are working from home and are driving less, and some car insurance companies have been giving their customers price breaks. If yours won't budge, it's time for a shop for new coverage that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. Okay? Get a side hustle. Turn your skills and talents into a side income by using a marketplace that will match the services you provide with customers who are willing to eagerly pay for them. Basically, supplemental income. You know how many emails and DMs that I done got from perfect strangers that I don't know with this new Bitcoin crap? I'm not saying that Bitcoin is crap. I'm just saying this new wake up now, you want to make some money pyramid scheme that they've got running with the Bitcoin thing. Watch out for that when people hitting you up that you don't know that you got one mutual friend with them or something like that on Facebook, because that's coming. Because I done got hit up with a couple of those. You know what I'm saying? But you got to work a side hustle if you're able to do so. Second job, do something. You're going to have to do something. You're going to have to put in some work. When this thing open up, they're basically telling you, because a lot of people that have died from COVID, a lot of those jobs have opened up, and you ain't gonna get no more relief. So you got to go 100% to the wall so you can get whatever you need to get. Take small steps that can add up to big savings. When you go to the supermarket, use an app that gives you cash backs just for snapping a photo of your receipt. And before you do any more shopping online, download a free browser add-on that will automatically search for better prices and coupons. Char Willie does her show on Friday. And when she starts to show whatever new deals that are coming out, she's doing it tomorrow. Whatever new deals that are coming out, she always tell you. As soon as she starts on time, and she always tells you, hey, get this new deal. These coupons are here. Amazon's having a sale. This, and that. Use coupons. You ain't too young to use a 15 to 5% off on coupons. Use them coupons, man. Yeah, get that savings. If they say, hey, would you like if you shop at a place regularly and they don't got like a customer like discount card that you can get or a point system, you got a phone, so you can save all of those things on your phone when you scan them. Yeah, use that stuff. We have to be minimalistic in what we're buying and purchasing and stuff, because a lot of stuff we're over in excess. Cerulean talks about it in his American Trick Bag series, The Decline of America. We have to be more financially savvy with everything. But make sure if you got student loan debts, look into, even if you don't get 100% forgiveness, something is better than nothing. Just to let you know, that's my PSA public service announcement to help you become high value people. We may not all reach six figures, but you damn sure better feel like it. All right. So that's that. Now, since I still got your attention, I appreciate you kindly and everything like that. Let's look in the chat real quick. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. What up, Broke Jeans? I worked in IT support about a year and a half ago. If you need assistance, check my channel. See, there you go, right? Broke Genius is right there. You know what I'm saying? If one of the mods can grab that, put that in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Put that in the chat right there. Since I have your attention, now you're probably asking me where we going next with this, right? Where we going next with this? Now we're going to talk about. We're going to bring her back up on the screen, right? We're going to talk about. We're going to bring her back up on the screen, right? Remember Super Karen. Right? We're going to bring Super Karen back up on the screen. Y'all going to ask me why are we bringing Super Karen back up on the screen, right? Because we're going to talk about some things, right, that might rub some people the wrong way, right? We're going to talk about gun control. This doesn't affect black people because most black people, we don't own guns. I think we should. I'm pro First Amendment. But the problem is that we got to be able to walk down the street regularly without being accosted. We all know what the elephant in the room. Actually, right now, they finally got all the jurors for the George Floyd case. And the reason why it took so long, because they was asking certain questions. George Floyd's family getting a $27 million settlement, does this affect you? They asked the jurors that specific question. Why did they ask that? Because if a family got a settlement, then you feel as though subconsciously that justice was served. So anything that was scrutinized, because at the end of the day, it is innocent before being proven guilty, even though we have evidence of the sort, right? Because according to the charges, what is it, right? A precedent, right? So everybody's watching this very closely, right? So just to let you know, just to update, you can go check it out. It's out there. Go search it. I don't have it right here, but they got all 12 jurors and they've already started the proceedings of the case. Okay? Finally. Now, we're going to bring her up here. Why am I bringing her up here? Because we're going to talk about this right here. Right? We're going to talk about this right here. Okay? We got her up here. Right? And we're going to talk about this right here. We got this article right here because we love to bring receipts, right? We love to bring receipts. So the husband of Georgia spa shooting victim, Delana Ashley Yawn, says officers handcuffed him for hours before telling him his wife was dead. His wife died. Now, Mario Gonzalez's wife, Delana Ashley Yawn, died in a spa shooting in Georgia last week, right? He told Mundo Hispanico that officers handcuffed him for hours and treated him like a suspect. Maybe because I'm Mexican. I don't know. Because the truth is they treated me badly. This is the man in question. His wife died. We all know that the suspect went to 3 different spas before they caught him alive. He killed 8 people, injured a dozen folk. Remember that. Brandon Taylor was in our house, sleep, minding her business. Ahmaud Arbery was jogging. George Floyd got a pack of cigarettes with a so-called counterfeit $20 bill. Philando Castillo had a weapon in his car, driver's seat, told the officer he had a weapon, had a license to carry. The other sister that was in her house, minding her business with her nephew, playing games while the police were raiding somewhere else. Dudes selling cigarettes. Young boy playing in the park. Cops and robbers got killed. The list goes on and on and on and on. But they caught this mass shooter alive. My people. Maybe because I'm Mexican, I don't know, because the truth is they treated me badly. A man whose wife died in Atlanta area spot shooting last week told the news website that Mundo Hispanico that officers handcuffed him for hours and treated him like a suspect while refusing to tell him what had happened to his wife. Mario Gonzalez and Delaney Ashley Young, 33, who were married last year, were getting massages in separate rooms at Young's Asian massage when gunshots rang out. Gonzalez told Mundo Hispanico that he took cover in his locker room, paralyzed with fear, hoping his wife be okay. I did not open the door out of fear, the Gonzalez told the outlet. Law enforcement officers arrived shortly after the gunman left. They handcuffed Gonzalez, he told Hispanico. Gonzalez said he was kept like this for 4 hours while officers ignored his request to be taken to his wife or tell him where she was alive or dead. Alex Acosta, who works next door to the spot, told Daily Mail that he came inside after the shooting and recognized Gonzalez. Mario looked at me and he told me his wife was still inside. He told me to tell the police. When Acosta's wife told the officer that Gonzalez's wife had been inside and that Gonzalez wanted to know what happened to her, the officer said they knew. Acosta said. Gonzalez told that hours later, the police told him his wife died. Gonzalez suggested that his race may have played a role in the officer's treatment of him. Because I am Mexican, I don't know, because the truth is they treated me badly. Gonzalez's niece, Jessica Gonzalez, was more certain. He was very upset and angry about that. She told the Daily Mail he was handcuffed for something he didn't do. I think this was a racial thing. He was the only one left in handcuffs. Wow. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office have been criticized over his handling of the shooting investigation. A spokesman, Captain Jay Baker, was replaced after describing the suspect as having a really bad day. Sounds normal, right? It was later revealed that Baker has shared a picture of a t-shirt with anti-Asian messaging about the corona's outbreak, calling the novel coronavirus an imported virus from China. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office did not immediately respond to insider requests for comment on Gonzalez's remarks. Yon leaves behind, a 13-year-old son from a previous relationship and her and Gonzalez's 8-month-old daughter. Gonzalez said he was worried about how he provided for his family without his wife. What I need right now is support, Gonzalez told Mundo. A GoFundMe is set up for Yon's funeral, has raised more than $100,000 as of Monday morning. Whew. Yo, so, oh, disgusted, right? You see what I'm talking about here. This is not cool, right? Now, why do I keep bringing this woman up, right? Right? Why do I keep bringing this woman up? Why do I keep bringing this woman up? Right? Y'all keep like, why y'all keep bringing Super Becky up on the screen? Right? Because the dominant society, can walk around like this, and this is okay. This is okay. Right? This is okay. When you almost have the skin color, that tone, you can walk around and you can do stuff like this and no one's going to bat an eyelash. Right? They arrested the Mexican guy. They even told him, I know the guy. He comes here. He's a regular. His wife is in there also. What's going on? They kept him in handcuffs for 4 hours. Now, of course, it is police procedure that when you come into a room or something, you see somebody hiding, you handcuff everybody. Then you go through your protocols. Right? You secure. That is procedure. Even when I was in the military, when we would do VBSS and go onto a ship or something and we found people, we would secure them. We would secure them because you don't know who's doing what. Once you go through your protocols and you go through your little steps, then you would remove the restraints off of them and so forth and so whatever. But you would treat everybody with dignity and respect to the fullest, right? Not to agitate the situation. Now, I'm about to get Super Becky right here, right? Because the Super Becky thing, the Super Becky thing, and the reason why I'm saying that, or Super Karen, my bad, Super Karen, right? I'm about to get to the Super Karen thing real quick, right? The QAnon conspiracy theorist, her auntie, the other lady that's in there with the space laser thing and all the other stuff, right? Is I am pro First Amendment, but you do not need an AR to go hunting, right? You do not need an assault rifle to go hunting. Okay? Protecting your home, I get it. Personal protection, I get it. You have the right to do something, I get it. If for whatever reason, right? You can ride without a gun or with a gun. Mob mentality is mob mentality, but when they got weapons, that's a militia. That's something crazy. So the people at the Capitol that ran up on the Capitol, how were they allowed to ran up on the Capitol? Because a lot of them were walking around like that with ARs. So I'm going to tell you what happens when someone has a bad day other than that guy. Right? I'm going to show you what happens. Because we forgot that this was going on through that whole thing also. We forgot. We forgot. Critics tell GOP rep Lauren Boebert what to do with her prayers after the Boulder shooting. Now look at this right here, right? Look at that right there. This is how that guy was going, and look at those windows right there. He was shooting. Twitter users weren't buying pro-gun rep Lauren Boebert's prayers following Monday's mass shooting at a supermarket in Boulder, Colorado that killed 10 people. The QAnon endorsing lawmakers said her prayers were with everyone affected by this tragedy and asked God to be with us as we make sense of the senseless violence and many we unify and not divide during this time. As we continue to hear the news coming out of Boulder, I am praying for the police, first responders, and those affected by this tragedy. My God be with us and make sense of this senseless violence, and may we be unified and not divided during this time. Whoa, 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 whoa. What happened to stop the steal? What happened to make America great again? What happened to all of that, right? Now, she is the rep for Colorado. She is the representative. She has a congressional seat. She is a representative of the state of Colorado. My prayers are with the shoppers, employees, first responders, and others affected by the shooting in Boulder, right? She had to put up another tweet because she said police first, right? Praying for the police, first responders, those affected by the tragedy, right? Now she has to come up with another tweet. Now think about it. This was 30 minutes after this. Oh, she misspoke again, right? My prayers are with the shoppers, the employees, the first responders, and others affected by the shooting in Boulder. May God be with them. While we are still awaiting important information, details in this case, random public shootings and senseless acts of violence are never okay. Critics question the sincerity of Boebert's statements, citing her gun-themed eatery, her prominent display of firearms during a virtual House committee hearing last month, and her use of guns gunshot sounds to include an ad attacking Democrats and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Now, I ain't got too much love for the raisin face lady, but hey, this may be the worst ever thoughts and prayers message in the aftermath of mass shooting. I will carry my firearm in DC and in Congress. Didn't she say this? Didn't she say it? Didn't she say it? This is Super Karen right here. Karen Wick. I ain't gonna call her John Wick. I'm gonna call her Karen Wick. We got Karen Wick here. Yeah, she do love California raisins. I'm done with you, Don Tees. I can't with you. But you see this, right? Thoughts and prayers. Should we be holding this accountable? More so? Should our antennas be looking towards this more? Because what if you was in that supermarket? Because we go to get food, right? When you have some money, you don't want to go shop in the destitute places. You want to go in the upper places. These shootings are happening in very affluent places, right? You don't want to, I'm leaving the hood to go move on up to the east side. Oh, active shooter, right? Pookie and Ray Ray don't seem like so bad after all, huh? We know what we do, but we don't pay attention to what they do. You don't know who's going to come in there and go. Remember that term, go postal? Right? I'm just saying. Let's look at it some more. Let's dive into it. This is why, since I got your attention, as we continue to hear, the news, look at this. I will carry my firearm in Congress. Let's see what else with Twitter. See, these people are holding her accountable on Twitter. This is the dominant society. This is something to be alarmed about. Now that I have your attention, now that you've been entertained, let's get down to business. I don't care about what Derrick Jaxn is doing. Didn't care then, I don't care now. If you ask me, I'll have an opinion on it, but I think this is more important. We got a woman that was a part of the insurrection and they covered her ass. And by her inactions is leading to motherfuckers feeling that they can just run around. And every congressperson actions, they're going to take our guns away. They're going to take your guns away. You can't let them do it. But it's okay for a motherfucker to have a bad day and just start shooting up shit. Why do you need an assault rifle in city limits when you got a police force? Their job is to serve and protect you, right? I'm like, when a black person call the police, they take their time. When white people call the police, they show up. We done seen it time and time again. The police being called on black folk, pretty much a death sentence. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to call the police on the slave catchers. I mean, the slave catchers on the black folk, the officers of the goddamn law. And when she said the police first out of her mouth. But she's a gun-tote member. What about the people that were shopping? Right? What about the workers that were working in a pandemic? Someone decides they want to just start shooting up some shit. People are going about their daily lives. There was 10 souls that were just going to the supermarket, minding their business. Just because you have rights don't mean you need to exercise them at the detriment of someone else. But this is the dominant society doing this to each other. So we worried about the high value so-called argument They don't even value each other to the point where they'll put a kibosh on this shit. Because ain't no niggas running around worrying about buying no goddamn ARs. I think black people should, because we need more protection. Because we got the police on our ass. We got the super Karens. We got the super Chads and Brads. Society on our ass. I think we need protection. We need to protect ourselves. But let me continue. For once in your goddamn life, stop flapping your thumbs. People like you are directly responsible for my friends, my family, my community being put in harm's way. Your anti-science gun fetish triggering the libs divisive bullshit needs to stop. Now you're literally killing people. This is what Trish Zorano said, right? Interesting that you of all people can't make sense of this. Dude, look at, she got a whole armament back there. Nigga, why she need a scope? What are you hunting? What are you hunting? What are you hunting? I don't get it. I gotta listen. This has happened. We're talking about something that is not relevant, but this is going on right the fuck now. Then I'm going to bring you up some other stuff that's irrelevant because I got to keep your attention because we are people. But I'm telling you what is really going down right now. This is absurd. This is what telling people what they want to hear and fueling the mob will get you. We saw it on January 6th. The difference between her and Derrick Jaxn or any other person of our skin color is that we hold them accountable. Society will beat them down in the ground, but little old Protect Me Betty will get a pass. Or Savage 4-5. There's a black dude right now because he wanted to leave a team. They up there running him through the muck and mire. We don't know if he did it. We don't know if it's true. But they taking Deshaun Watson to the cleaners. We don't get a pass. We have to move with the most epitome of cleanliness next to godliness, but God ain't even clean himself. Praise white Jesus. I have sinned. I have sinned. I look all over the place with fellow content creators that I support, and I'm looking hard. But I ain't see nobody talking about this. 24-hour news cycle in our community that we're talking about it. How many got student loans? What are you doing with your stimulus check? Did you get your stimulus check? How much was it? Do you know how it works? There are few and far between content creators that bring that to our doorstep. That information alone, the Black Brain Trust, they do that all the time, but because they're not sensationalized or talking about the bullshit, we don't want to fucking give them our viewership to learn something. And then when we do talk on our issues, we can't be monetized. So yes, we drop the Cash App in the chat. Because this shit costs money. Streamlabs cost motherfucking money. StreamYards cost money. This shit costs money to bring you. This is that. We say we don't have black on this, that, and the third. Well, guess what? You can't move without money because guess who put her in the office? You heard what they said. The QAnon conspiracy lobbyists. They put her in office. She is the poster child. Get this little short brunette. Look, this is Thelma from Scooby-Doo dumb. Look at Thelma from Scooby-Doo. Facts, Don Teasy, facts. I got that student loan and that stimulus check is sitting in the bank. My dude. Because look. We smarts over here. I'm bringing this to you so you can open your eyes out. Okay, yeah, it's good to look at that. It's good to be entertained. But at the end of the day, what's past that? What are they trying to hide? Why are you trying to take my attention away? While we are being diverted, they're over here working shit behind the scenes and we ain't paying attention. If there's anything to be politically savvy right now, you need to be. You saw what they did down in Texas? They governor told them it's your fault because you wanted this, so we gave it to you. So guess what? You're going to pull yourself up by them bootstraps we gave you and deal with it. Read the fine print. I say, boy. That's what he told them. That's what he said to the dominant society. If you don't believe me, go check it out. That's what he said. And he ain't even apologized for it. And I actually respect that. He stood on his disrespect. So I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to entertain you. I'm going to give you some things that you ain't thinking about. We're going to talk about the topics, but nobody talking about this. But how does it affect you? Now you're asking me, well, that's them. Dude, that's you because you American. The problem is you're not allowed to walk around. You're not allowed to sit up there and do this. Remember they had that dude over there in the manosphere, the white dude that I think Obsidian did an interview with him. And he sat up there and he had the same layout, but he had way more guns than her. You know what's the difference between him and y'all? I'm gonna tell you what's the difference between him and y'all over there. I'm gonna give you just real quick. He can do that on camera. He can show himself with those guns, and the FBI ain't gonna track him until he goes and shoots up something. And then when he does shoot up something, unless he kills himself, they're gonna take him alive. And depending on the people he aimed them guns at, they might even give him a lighter sentence. That's crazy, right? She's sitting up here. This is a congressional meeting. She's on a Zoom call and she's sitting up here. Look at her. Look at that. And she put that up there on purpose. That's a statement. That's not usually up there. We got women in the chat. Let me ask the women in the chat. How many of you women decide that when you want to decorate the room, you're going to put your flowers over here, you're going to put your pictures up, and oh yeah, we're going to have a section of the room dedicated to guns. Yeah, we got to get that bear, that 10-point buck right there on the wall, right in between the house plants and the drapes. Last time I checked, when you go to IKEA, they don't sell 30-06s. Look at her. It don't even look right. I'm not saying she look at she got the look, man. Come on now. Come on now. On a bookshelf? On a bookshelf. She got the Mossberg shotgun sitting on the books. That's what she basically telling you. That's what they're telling you. Come on now, fam. Look at that. Listen, ladies, where do y'all shop to put the guns on decoration? I thought that was a dude thing. Right? But let other niggas tell it. Let the world say it, right? That's a masculine thing she's doing because that's a dude thing. Like I would, put my swords up, have my thing over here, have this up there, but that's a dude thing. I'm not saying women shouldn't learn how to arm themselves and shoot weapons. I'm all for that. There's a black sister on YouTube that I'm subscribed to, thanks to our esteemed brother Jay Sean, that's cool with the sister. She talks about guns and how to get proper training and stuff. That's within context. If she wanted to be a famous gun-toting First Amendment woman, she should have just went on Demolition Ranch with the white dude that looked like Ashton Kutcher. But I don't need you deciding policy, especially that has to do with my people, where you up there toting guns. Black man, black woman, if you want to see, Bill Burr was right. That's why they was angry. The person that has gotten the most coverage and have gotten the most out of anything, you're looking at it right on the screen right here. Let me give you a full blow up. This right here, this is the person that has gained the most from decisiveness in the nation. Any type of SJW movement, black people movements, rape and all this other stuff, even the LGBTQ, who's in the front of it? Identify as this right here. Because guess what? The people that get the most protection in America is this right here. Even if a white man would have came out and said this right after that happened, they would have been calling for his resignation. Matter of fact, old dude, that's the governor in New York City right now. They running him through the ringer with his brother being an anchor on CNN. Had to shut him up. They had to have Don Lemon do extra overtime to cover for the white boy. Because his brother is messing up over there in the governor of New York, investigating him with his sexual harassment claims and stuff. So come on now. Is it because she's a Republican? Is it because she's a Democrat? No. You know what it is. Let's continue to read. As an elected official who actually represent the people of Boulder County, let me tell you what you can do with your thoughts and prayers. Gun control now. This is an elected official that's in Boulder, Colorado, and he's holding her accountable, right? We don't need God to make sense of this for us. You want mass shootings, so we get mass shootings, right? Maybe you should sit this one out. Look at that. Look at that. Look at her. This woman owns a restaurant called Shooter's Grill and Rifle, Colorado, where the staff is encouraged to open carry. Why is your waitress or waiter walking around with a sidearm in the restaurant? Listen, is this the Wild Wild West? Is this Smith and Weston? No, Nick. He did the thing with the during the COVID. He didn't keep the right numbers for the elderly people, but he got a whole bunch of sexual harassment stuff from his former aide that's coming out like right now. Oh yeah. He legalized it. Oh yeah. Get in. Open carry, Vonda. Yes, clutch them pearls in the restaurant. She owns a restaurant that's open carry. You literally own a bar called Shooters with a staff and encourage the open carry. It's called Shooters, and the staff is encouraged to open carry. Hooters don't even let their woman had the cleavage out like that no more. But you can open carry. It's the staff can open carry, walk around with the gun on the hip. I'm not tripping about open carry. I'm not tripping about it. But can a black person walk around open carry and not be accosted? Your constituents and the people of Colorado will be better served if you stop glorifying gun culture. Look, they keep, as we make sense of this senseless violence, it's because of guns. Good talk, Lord. No pics of you and bunch of guns this time. Patriot takes. This is the freedom you kept tweeting about, because I believe we should be able to go to the grocery store, to the movies, to the school, to the concert, to work, to the mall, to the bar, to the church, synagogue, mosque, to our homes without the threat of gun violence. Look at that. Look at that right there. A week ago, the NRA celebrated an overturned ban on assault weapons in Colorado. Today, a man opened fire on civilians at a King Shoppers in Boulder. And this congresswoman is trying to make sense of how this happened. Does she know how hollow that is? I'm just saying what it is. Now we're going to come back with 2 final articles to finish this off. I'm going to have my closing thoughts because the producers over there waving the flag at me like, yo, what you doing? Wrap it up, B. I got this new spring energy. You know what I'm saying? Since y'all moved the clocks forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the shits. I'm outside with it. Literally. The cherry blossoms are beautiful outside right now. I'm gonna have a new little avatar picture of me out there with the cherry blossoms. You know what I'm saying? Looking all, I got this corona weight off me a month earlier. You know what I'm saying? Working it out. You know what I mean? I gotta be in shape for 40. You know what I'm saying? I'll be 40 in some months. So, you know what I'm saying? Gotta take them. I'm 40 and I'm still looking young. Black don't crack. You know what I mean? But they gonna catch me with the Derrick Jaxns. But yeah, so we're gonna run this commercial real quick. You know what I'm saying? For the people. Let's get it.
Join Char Willie and Classic Ruby for their radio show, Keep the Beat. They broadcast every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CRBJ, Classic R&B Jams. There are discussions of the songs, and that can take you back down memory lane. If you missed the live broadcast, no worries. Replays are uploaded on Mixcloud. So, follow JustaskChar Advice channel on Mixcloud, and you will receive the notification when these broadcasts are uploaded.
Hi, this is Char Willie from the JustaskChar Advice channel on YouTube. Join me every Friday night at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for an open panel discussion. You'll find myself, Classic Ruby, and others giving our honest opinion, giving several examples, and problem solving. If you have an email advice, you can send it to JustaskChar@gmail.com. Hope to see you soon. Peace.
Hey, folks, it's your nighttime. It's your right time DJMuziq, and welcome to Classic R&B Jams Radio. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, playing all the hits from the decades, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. Right here, Classic R&B Jams Radio. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Soulful sound all around town.
All right, we back. So, all right. So sitting up here, going through these and stuff like that. We're going to talk about this last article real quick. We're going to bring it in. Now, make sure you go check out the people that were from Mission. We got Keeping the Beat. We got On the Beat with our esteemed Char Willie and our esteemed Supreme Elder DJ Music on Wednesdays. And on CRBJ, Classic R&B Jams. The link to these channels and everything are in the description box. Also, if the mods are around, please drop these links as soon as possible while making these announcements. And then make sure you keep the radio dial where it is. And we also have Keeping the Beat with Char Willie and Classic Ruby, where they have this wonderful segment where they talk about a particular subject, but they use the music to describe it and give their takes on the music, where they were at, and the discussion. The last one was just outstanding. And if you want to catch the replays, please check it on JustaskChar's Mixcloud. You know what I'm saying? If you want to catch the replays. Now, also tomorrow is JustaskChar Advice Channel tomorrow. So please check that out most definitely. All right. And then on Saturday is article reactions with Char Willie and Classic Ruby. And also Sunday is Backyard Barbecue with our esteemed DJ Music on CRBJ. So thank you, everybody. Now, we're going to get in this last one real quick before we wrap things up. I appreciate you sticking with me, understanding where I'm going with it. Matter of fact, let me do this for the likes that I got on the stream.
Turner! 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 Turner!
Appreciate you. Thank to our esteemed Cerulean with that joke, you know what I'm saying? So you understand the joke in its entirety. It's a Game of Thrones reference. So anyway, moving that along. So every time I get some likes, I'm going to run that, between the stream, in stream, midstream, and so forth. So let's get into this last one. We're going to talk about our good old friends over at Sesame Street. Yeah, good old Sesame Street, right? You know what I'm saying? Good old Sesame Street. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do this last one. Close your window here. Before we get into it, please check the link in the description box as Char Willie has dropped that right there for CRBJ, Classic R&B Jams. We also have our Lady Neek here with the Classic R&B Jams. Hit that. And we also have our JustaskChar. She's dropping the link to the Mixcloud device channel and everything like that. So the links are right there. Please check those out. Let's get into this. Let's bring it in. And I'm going to go over this very quickly. I appreciate every last one of you for showing up today. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. BGS was in the clouds. He actually shared my stream today. Appreciate you, BGS, for sharing the stream. Thank you very much for that. And I appreciate the rest of y'all sticking around. So hear what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to listen to me. You can turn me off at any time, but I appreciate you even interacting, agreeing, and disagreeing. Thank you very much already. You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much. So I'm getting better with it as time goes on. Thank you for your support, because without you, I would just be talking to myself. So let's get into it with these Muffets. Sesame Workshop is talking more explicitly about race and welcoming 2 black Muffets. Hey, dude got a cold ass lineup, man. Look at that, man. He got a cold lineup, man. Oh, he got that hair walk. Yo, he got the hair walk. I think he was using that sponge thing for a while. Okay, cool, got it. Yeah, man. I wonder who his barber is. We gotta get him over here. All right. So Elijah Walker, 35, a black Muffet, who, along with his son Wesley 5, will be introduced on March 23 by Sesame Workshop, the nonprofit Sesame Street credit Zach Hyman Sesame Workshop. Bradley Freeman Jr. was doing some Christmas shopping at Target when he got the email. Glancing down at his phone, all he could see was a preview. Hey, Brad, thanks for your time for the audition. He immediately assumed he had been rejected. Then he read the rest. I had to read it over like 7 different times to make sure I actually got the part. He says, I say I say yes, and then I realized I didn't actually type anything, so I had to send a second email saying yes, and then text. I was like, just making sure you know that I accepted this part. Okay, so the one that had him hyperventilating in the middle of Target is the puppeteer for Wesley Walker, a new black Muppet who, along with his father Elijah, will be introduced on March 23rd by Sesame Workshop. So today is the 26th. So it's 26th for me, it's the 25th for you. So this is 2 days ago. So we're going to get some representation by some black people. And you know what's good about it? If you read what the Muppet's name says Junior, right? So that means he was named after the father was named after his father. So he's a junior, right? Then his son, right? So there's a father and a son, right? You like that? I like that too. How do y'all like that? Do y'all like it? I like it too, right? Black man and his son, going against the stereotypes that black men ain't there with their black boys. Let everybody else tell it, right? Look at that. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Praise him, right? Praise Jesus. But let's get into it a little bit more because, you know what I'm saying, I'm more even keeled. I don't go dancing in the streets over little trivial nonsense like this sometimes, but representation in the media is good. Since we done had a whole week of the media making us look like fools and shit. Let's go. Since Sesame Street debuted more than 5 decades ago in 1969, the show, the nonprofit-related program, have dealt with tough topics in a age-appropriate way. When actor Willie Lee, who played Mr. Hopper, died in 1982, producers decided not to simply tell viewers he had gone away. Instead, they built an episode around death and grief. We are advised to take the direct approach. Valerie Lovelace, the show's former director of research, told the Associated Press at the time, children don't understand words like passing away. In 2002, Takini Sesame, a South African version of Sesame Street, introduced Kami, a 5-year-old HIV-positive Muppet who was an orphan. Nigga. I'm just gonna keep reading, y'all. More recently, the organization had created Muppets who can broach other difficult subjects through its Sesame Street Communities initiative, which provide materials for media for kids in a wide range of situations. Lily, who made her debut in 2011, struggled with food and housing insecurities. Carly, who was introduced in 2019, was in foster care and had a mother who struggled with addiction. Julia, a Muppet with autism, first appeared in a digital storybook in 2015 before coming a regular on the show in 2017. History of inclusion. Sesame Street Workshop has a diverse group of Muppets who have helped children. Important conversations here over the years. Here are some of them. Roosevelt Franklin, the first black Muppet, was popular, but some viewers believe he reinforced negative stereotypes. This is not a black Muppet. I don't know where the hell do you get this from. Nigga, I didn't even know this was a Muppet. I didn't know that he was supposed to look. Let's go back up here. This looks more like a black Muppet. This looks like what the fuck? So, Rastella le Mostrada de las Savas. I guess that's how you say it, right? The first Latin Muppet to join Sesame Street full-time begins doing a Spanish word of the day. Kami, an HIV-positive Muppet, appears on South Africans to keenly Sesame, helping reduce the stigma around HIV and AIDS. I guess so. Gabrielle, a black Muppet, originally introduces Shiji, makes her debut, goes viral with the song I Love My Hair. Lily, a Muppet who experiences food insecurities, makes her debut doing a special about hunger. Her character also struggles with homelessness. Right? Alex, a Muppet whose father is incarcerated, helps children with imprisoned parents talk about their feelings. Julia, a Muppet with autism, has created a digital workbook. Carly, a muffin who is in foster care, whose mother struggles with addiction and is seen as a response to the growing opioid crisis. They didn't. The opioid crisis. I guess we gonna miss that whole muffin in the late 70s to the early 90s about the crack epidemic, right? But hey, let's go with it. Wesley, a 5-year-old black muffin, is created to help families talk about race and racism. 2021. As far as y'all didn't understand, realize, and y'all didn't know that Elmo, the most popular muffin, is actually voiced by a black man. It was a black man's creation. So just let y'all know. Okay. But while Sesame Workshop has always highlighted the importance of multiculturalism and inclusivity, a racial and ethnically diverse human cast, it never really tackled race and racism head on. In the recent years, though, it's becoming increasingly apparent how important it is to address these topics in early childhood. Studies have indicated that people can begin recognizing racial differences as infants. But in 2019, study by Sesame Workshop conducted a partnership with a social research organization, NORC, at the University of Chicago found that many parents rarely or never discuss race or ethnicity with their kids. The decision to give Wes Elijah a racial identity and have them talk about what it's like to be black in America represent a market shift in approach after last summer with the racial unrest that has happened and the murder of George Floyd. We collectively as an organization decided that the only way that we could go about dismantling racism was by being bold and explicit, says Kay Wilson Stallings, Executive Vice President for Creative and Production for Sesame Workshop. People are working remotely. People are feeling a lot of emotions, and it's almost like everyone had the same realization. If not Sesame, who's going to address this, it would feel like everyone had the same, yes, we've got to do something about it and address it in a way that needs to redefine racism for 3-year-olds. As a result, Sesame Workshop and his team, educational advisors, develop coming together racial justice. So I'm happy that the brother got the job. He's here. I guess we couldn't get a black person for the black kid. Elmo was voiced by this guy because the brother, he retired a while ago. But this is how it looks like on the set. But you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But the brother got it. He's the lead. He's the dad. And whatever. We could have got a black person to do the voice of the, you know what I'm saying? But hey, fuck it. Let's go with it. Right. So you can read this whole article. It's pretty long and extensive. It gives a very detailed thing. But Cerulean did say this in his American Trick Bag thing, that racism is actually costing America a lot of money. And it truly is. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and read the comments real quick. Casey and Mr. Finnegan did. You know what I'm saying? So looks like the kid from Kid and Play and only Pepto colored. Yeah, I know, right? Oh boy. Wow, all the black muffins pink. Hey man. The last one looks like my cousin Skeeter. I'm done with dogs. I can't do it with dogs easy. Don't be silly. Crack is a criminal choice. Opioids a tragic health epidemic. You are right about that, Ruby. Oh man. Let's see what we got here. Notorious black men have deeper voices if we were honest. That is true. That is true. That is true. So y'all have a great Thursday evening, or as our esteemed Char would like to say it, our producer, a Friday's Eve. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you choose to have some time, spend it with me. It's almost, I thank y'all for staying up this late, because I know on the East Coast it's almost 11:30 at nighttime. I appreciate you. Spend your stimulus checks wisely. Get on that side hustle. If you got them student loans, look into that. Everybody's going to forget about this Derrick Jaxn nonsense probably in the next week or so. Don't believe for 1 second that this hot tea that was spilled wasn't directed in a manner for marketing. And at the end of the day, I ain't mad at them. Make your money, black man. Make your money. because there are people that really affect our lives in totality that are in Congress that are not being held accountable, and we need to get on that. We are the minority, and don't believe for 1 second, yeah, this racism against Asian people is bad, but hey, come over here, they got their nigga wake-up call. They getting it. But don't believe for 1 second there's not a ploy for that. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into that at another date and time. I think I've offended enough people for today. Not that I really give a damn, but I think I've offended enough people for the day. The petty gods have said I have done their bidding, and they have accepted my offering to the offices and to the altar of the petty. Appreciate every last one of you. No one is going to beg you to be great, but we will hold your ass accountable. Salute to the nation. Salute to the black nobility. Ebon Noblesse. And y'all have a lovely, lovely day.
I never think, I never know. I'm stuck and left alone. I've been lost, I've been fine. My cause is not defined. Won't you kiss me? Won't you play? Won't you try?